They say that wisdom comes with age, but so do risks we never saw coming. Did you know that 1 in 4 seniors over 65 will fall this year? Let that sink in. That's millions of falls, each one a potential trip to the emergency room, a fractured hip, a lost sense of independence. And here's the part that really shocks me. Most of these falls aren't because of some freak accident or a sudden health condition. They happen because of our shoes. Yes, the very shoes we trust to carry us safely every day can actually increase our fall risk. Think about it. When was the last time you really looked at the bottom of your shoes? The worn-down soles, the flattening insoles, the lack of proper grip. They all add up, silently increasing your risk every time you take a step. And here's what most podiatrists won't tell you, because they're too busy treating the after effects of falls. The right shoe inserts can stop a fall before it happens. Yes, you heard me. Not just any inserts, but specific ones designed to improve balance, support your arches, and keep your feet aligned, so you're not wobbling with each step. But here's the catch. Most seniors have no idea this is even an option, and that's what makes this so urgent. If you're watching this, I want you to take a moment and hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you care about your own safety or that of a loved one. Because the more we talk about fall prevention, the more lives we can protect. It's not just about avoiding a hospital trip. It's about holding on to your freedom, your independence, and your ability to do the things you love, whether that's gardening, walking with friends, or playing with the grandkids. So let me ask you, have you ever stopped to think about how your shoes might be quietly setting you up for a fall? Because here's the thing, most of us don't. We think, oh, I'm careful, I hold onto the railing, I take my time, and that's great. But even the most cautious steps can go wrong when your foot support is lacking. Here's a surprising fact. Studies show that poor foot alignment can throw off your entire balance, causing you to sway more, lose stability, and even trip over your own feet. It's not just about how you walk, it's how your shoes help or hurt you with every step. I'll share a story. My neighbor, Martha, 76 years young, was always active. She loved her morning walks, but one day she tripped in her own kitchen, slipped on a smooth floor, and broke her wrist. She told me later, "I never thought it would happen to me. I always thought falls were for the frail, the sick, but I was just wearing my favorite sneakers. I didn't know they'd worn out inside." That's the problem. Many of us are walking around in shoes that look fine on the outside but have lost their support inside. The cushioning compresses over time, the arch flattens, and what was once a trusty pair of shoes becomes a hidden risk. So what's the number one mistake seniors make when it comes to their shoes? It's assuming that comfort equals safety. Just because a shoe feels soft doesn't mean it's giving you the support you need. And that's where the right shoe inserts come in. But here's the thing, not all inserts are created equal. Some are just flimsy pieces of foam that wear out in weeks. Others are designed for athletes, not for the unique needs of seniors who need balance support, arch stability, and heel cushioning to prevent slips and trips. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for in a shoe insert if you want to stay active, independent, and safe. We'll talk about how they work, what features matter most, and even the top mistakes to avoid when choosing them. So stick around, because this could be the simple change that saves you from a life-altering fall. Let me ask you, have you ever experienced a near miss or a fall because of your shoes? Share your story in the comments below. I read them all, and it helps us learn from each other's experiences. So let's talk about the common misconceptions that trip so many people up, literally. Maybe you're thinking, I don't have foot pain, so I don't need inserts. Or, aren't those just for athletes or people with really bad feet? I get it. When we think of orthotic insoles, we picture runners pounding the pavement or folks with plantar fasciitis, not the everyday senior who just wants to avoid a fall. But here's the truth. Every step you take creates force through your feet. about 1.5 times your body weight. And when your feet aren't properly supported, that force gets distributed unevenly, throwing off your gait, your posture, and your balance. Think about it. Have you ever felt like your shoes tilt you forward, or that your heels slide around when you walk? That's not just annoying. It's a warning sign. When your foot alignment is off, your entire body compensates. Your knees twist, your hips shift, your back starts to ache, and worst of all, your center of gravity becomes unstable. That's why so many seniors report that they start to shuffle when they walk, or they feel like their feet are slapping the ground instead of moving smoothly. It's not because they're getting older, it's because their shoes and inserts aren't doing their job. Now, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're in your kitchen making a cup of tea. The floor is smooth, a little slippery in socks. You turn to grab something off the counter, and suddenly your foot slides just a little too far. You try to catch yourself, but your shoes don't have the grip. Your inserts don't cushion the impact, and your balance isn't quite there. You go down, the cup crashes to the floor, your heart races, you lie there, stunned, wondering if you've broken something, or if this is the start of a long, hard recovery. That's the reality for too many seniors. A simple slip, a fall in the kitchen or bathroom, can lead to fractures, hospital stays, even a permanent loss of independence. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Studies show that proper foot support reduces fall risk by up to 30%. That's huge. And when you combine the right inserts with anti-slip footwear, you give yourself an even stronger defense against those sudden, unexpected slips. You see, the right inserts don't just cushion your steps. They actually help correct your gait. They guide your feet into better alignment, reducing the risk of tripping over your own toes. They support your arches so your weight is evenly distributed, and they stabilize your heels so you don't wobble with each step. I know some of you might be thinking, but my shoes are fine, they're comfortable, I've had them for years. And that's exactly the problem. Most shoes, especially those that aren't designed specifically for senior foot health, lose their support long before they show visible wear. The insoles compress, the materials break down, and your feet start to sink instead of standing strong. That's why so many falls happen in the home on familiar ground, doing ordinary things. It's not because you're careless. It's because your shoes aren't doing their job anymore. And let me tell you, replacing your shoes is one thing, but inserts can be an even more powerful solution. Why? Because they can turn an ordinary pair of shoes into balanced shoes, giving you the support you need without having to spend hundreds on new footwear. But here's a question. If inserts are so helpful, why don't more podiatrists talk about them? Well, it's complicated. Podiatrists are often focused on treating problems after they happen. Plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, fractures. They'll prescribe custom orthotics, sure, but those can cost hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And while custom inserts can be great, the truth is many seniors can benefit just as much from affordable, over-the-counter options if they know what to look for. In a moment, I'll walk you through exactly what features matter most when choosing inserts for fall prevention. We'll cover how to get the right fit, the best materials for shock absorption, and how to spot inserts that actually stabilize your gait. But before we go there, I'd love to know, have you ever experienced a fall because of your shoes? Or maybe you've noticed your balance feeling less stable lately. Share your story in the comments. I read every single one, and it helps build a community where we can all learn from each other. So, what makes a good insert for seniors? What exactly should you be looking for to help prevent falls, not just cushion your feet? Let's break it down. First, you want to think about arch support. As we age, the natural arch in our foot tends to flatten, which throws off your balance and changes the way you walk. Inserts that have proper arch support help maintain the natural shape of your foot, keeping your weight evenly distributed. That means less wobbling, less pressure on your knees and hips, and more stability when you move. Now, have you ever felt like your heel slips around inside your shoe like it's not locked in? That's a major fall risk. That's why heel cupping is so important. The right insert will have a deep heel cup, almost like a little cradle that holds your heel in place. This helps prevent your foot from shifting so you don't lose balance when you step onto uneven surfaces or make a quick turn. And let's not forget about shock absorption. Every step you take sends force up through your feet, knees, and spine. For seniors, that shock can lead to fatigue, joint pain, and yes, a higher risk of falls. Look for inserts made with high-quality foam or gel materials that absorb impact, not just for comfort, but for gait stability. One study from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who used inserts designed for shock absorption and alignment improved their balance by up to 25% after just a few weeks. That's huge, especially when you think about how a small change in balance can be the difference between staying upright and taking a fall. So let me ask you, when was the last time you looked at the bottom of your shoes or felt the inside of your soles? If your shoes are worn smooth or your inserts feel flat and lifeless, it's time to make a change. Now, here's a mistake many people make when they buy inserts. They just grab the first pair they see at the drugstore, thinking they're all the same. They're not. You need inserts that are designed for senior foot health, not just for athletes, not just for plantar fasciitis, but for the unique challenges seniors face: weaker arches, reduced joint cushioning, a greater need for stability. Some of the key features you'll want to look for include a deep heel cup for stability, firm arch support, not too soft. It needs to actually hold your foot in place. Cushioning in the heel and ball of the foot for shock absorption. A grippy underside so the insert doesn't slide around inside your shoe. And here's a tip most people miss. You don't need a prescription for great inserts. Many over-the-counter options are designed with seniors in mind. They're often much more affordable and just as effective as expensive custom orthotics when chosen carefully. Now, I know you might be wondering, but won't I have to try a bunch of pairs to find the right one? Great question. In a moment, I'll share a simple checklist you can use when shopping for inserts, so you don't waste time or money. But before we go there, let's touch on something that's just as important: your shoes themselves. Because even the best insert won't help much if your shoes are slippery, worn out, or unsupportive. Look for shoes that have non-slip soles, a secure fit around your heel, and enough room to fit the insert comfortably without making the shoe too tight. And here's something most people don't think about. The combination of shoes plus inserts is like a team. Your inserts provide internal support, while your shoes give you external stability. When both are working together, that's when you get the best protection against falls. Have you ever had a pair of shoes that just felt off? Like no matter how careful you were, you felt unsteady? That's often a sign that your inserts are either worn out, missing, or not the right fit for your foot shape. So here's a quick self-check you can do right now. Do you feel like you have to shuffle your feet instead of taking full steps? Do your shoes feel slippery or like your heel lifts up when you walk? Do you find yourself gripping the floor with your toes to stay balanced? If you answered yes to any of those, it might be time to rethink your foot support. Before we move on, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried inserts before? What's been your experience? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually find the right inserts for fall prevention without wasting money or time? Here's a simple checklist you can use the next time you shop for inserts. First, look for a deep heel cup. Remember, this is the foundation for stability. It holds your heel in place, preventing it from sliding around in your shoe. Second, check for firm arch support, not just a little bump in the middle, but something that actually lifts and supports your arch. This helps distribute your weight properly and keeps you from tipping forward or rolling inward. Third, you want shock-absorbing materials. Look for terms like gel, memory foam, or dual-layer cushioning. This helps reduce the impact on your joints with every step. Fourth, test the fit in your shoe. The insert should sit flat, not crumpled or bunched up. Your foot should feel stable, not cramped. And finally, check the grip on the bottom. A good insert will have some kind of texture or tackiness, so it doesn't slide around inside your shoe. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but where do I start? The good news is, you don't need to spend a fortune or get a prescription. Many seniors have found success with over-the-counter inserts. Brands like Dr. Scholl's, PowerStep, and Superfeet have models designed specifically for senior foot health. Look for terms like balance support, stability, or gait alignment on the packaging. If you're unsure, start by visiting a local shoe store that specializes in mobility aids or senior-friendly footwear. Many of them have knowledgeable staff who can guide you toward the right options. And here's a tip: bring your current shoes with you. Try the inserts on in the shoes you wear most often, because the best insert in the world won't help if it doesn't work in your actual shoes. It's also a good idea to give your feet a little time to adjust. When you start wearing new inserts, it can feel different, maybe a bit higher in the arch, or firmer underfoot. That's normal. Start by wearing them for a few hours at a time, gradually building up to full-day use. And don't forget, replace your inserts every 6 to 12 months. Just like shoes, inserts wear down over time, losing their support and effectiveness. By now, you're probably realizing just how much of a difference the right foot support can make, not just for your comfort, but for your balance, stability, and confidence. Let's recap. Falls are a serious risk, but they're not inevitable. The right shoe inserts can dramatically reduce your risk by supporting your arches, stabilizing your heels, and absorbing shock. Choosing the right inserts doesn't have to be complicated. You just need to know what to look for. And most importantly, you are not powerless. You have the ability to take action today by checking your shoes, upgrading your inserts, and taking proactive steps to protect your independence. So here's what I'd like you to do next. Subscribe to this channel for more tips on staying strong, independent, and safe. Watch the next video. I'll be diving into simple balance-boosting exercises you can do at home to further reduce your fall risk. And leave a comment below. Have you tried inserts before? What's your biggest challenge when it comes to staying steady on your feet? Let's start the conversation. I read every single comment. Remember, you're stronger than you think. Let's take these small steps together because your safety, your freedom, and your life are worth it.